Hey, how's it going? This is Rob from Justin's Toys, and today I'm going to teach you how to make the 3D or the triple dimension bracelet. And this was designed by Eunice the Loomer on Instagram, so check her Instagram out because she is responsible for this awesome design. Now, this design looks like a mini baseball stitch, and it is also reversible. So you will see over here, it's pretty cool. Over here on this side we have that. On the other side we have the opposite colors. Here we have this. On the other side it's the inverse. And here we have greens. Opposite sides brown. But the coolest thing about this bracelet is that these two bracelets right here is actually the same exact bracelet. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Right now you see this pattern. This is what the bracelet looks like. Okay? Now if you take this bracelet on its side and you push down, you'll notice it's hollow in the center, so you can actually form it so that it flattens out, creating 3 different ways in which you can wear this same exact bracelet. So it's a really awesome design, and if you're gonna make a bracelet, why not make something that you can wear in 3 different ways and only make once? So as you can see, the bracelet is forming. And there is one new side. Turn it. This is the other side. And those 2 sides are different from the original. This side. So, without wasting your time any further, let's get started. Okay, so for today's tutorial, I'm going to be making this exact bracelet right here, which is Jelly Rainbow crossed with glow-in-the-dark white. Okay, you're going to need 2 bar pins, a large base and a small base, and you want to set it up like the gumdrop or the hexafish. So you can take your first bar pin, have it facing towards the left, and place it about 3 pegs over. So that's 3 slots out, and place it on the center row of this large base and push down, and grab your other bar pin. Make sure it's pointing in the same direction as the bar pin on the base, and then perfectly align it so that it is possible to take your hook and do one of these, and then secure the other end with the small base, push down. And for this tutorial we will be using these 4 pegs right here. Now for the monster tail, we're just going to use 4 pegs that create a square. So these 4 or these 4, and you're going to do the same exact thing that I teach on the rainbow loom. And at this point you want to grab your first band. So mine is glow in the dark. You can start off in 2 different ways. If you don't know how to cap a band, you can just place it just like an 8, like that. But I like to cap this first band because it does make for a neater start and finish. So I'm just going to take this, turn it into an 8, use that edge to get in that loop right there, bring it over, make it a cap band, then use my hook, grab those 2, rotate my hook, and use that peg right there to create that 8, just like so. Right? Then I'm going to push down and grab another glow in the dark, but this time I'm taking this glow in the dark. Let me push down, and I'm going to connect these 3 pegs right here normally. Again, like any fishtail, you want to make sure the order is always intact and no bands are overlapping, so I'm good. And now I can grab my first jelly color, which is going to be pink. So now this pink is going to be placed on top of these 3 pegs. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, just like that. At this point, you can grab your hook and grab the bottom 2 bands, or that cap band right there on the diagonal corners, and bring it up and over to the center. Then go onto the other side and grab those bottom 2 cap bands, or bottom 2 ends of that cap band, and bring it up and over. Then push down, and since the last band I placed on top was jelly pink, I want to alternate to glow in the dark, and I'm placing a glow in the dark on these 3 pegs right here. Okay, now you want to bring up the glow in the dark on these 3 pegs as well. So if you go and you check those pegs, the bottom band should be glow in the dark. Alright, so bring glow in the dark up, glow in the dark up, and glow in the dark up and over. Okay, now you want to push down, grab your next jelly color, which is going to be jelly red for me, and place it on these 3 pegs. 1, 2, 3. Now you want to bring up that jelly pink on the same 3 pegs. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now alternate back to glow in the dark, place it over the other 3 pegs, just like that, and bring up the bottom 3 bands. Okay, so that's basically it. You're just going back and forth on these 3 pegs and this 3 pegs. You just have to keep track of which band you put up last, but I'm sure everyone at this point, if you're a fan of my channel, you're probably very good at keeping track by now. Alright, next is these 3. Glow in the dark. Bring up the glow in the dark on all 3 of these pegs. And that's really all it is. So I'm just gonna do this maybe 10 more times. It probably takes about 50 bands to complete this bracelet, and I do think it is probably the nicest design I have seen since the French braid. Next is gonna be lime green. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm just gonna fade to the end, and I'll resume when I'm ready for clipping. Alright, so I'm down to my last two sets. So here's the ocean blue. Bring 1, 2, 3 up. Push down. Glow white. 1, 2, 3. This purple. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. Push down. And white. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so the bracelet's long enough now where I want to clip it. And what I want to do is end it like a quad fish. So I'm taking my next glow in the dark and I'm placing it on top of all 4 pegs this time. Alright? Then I'm going to bring up the bottom bands, basically everything that's under that top band, up and over. Over here I'm bringing that up and over. Here I'm bringing that up and over. And here I'm bringing that up and over. Okay? Now once you do that, you want to transfer over this band onto this peg. This one band. I'm rotating my hook. As you can see, I have it pointing diagonally to the right. And I'm rotating my hook in the direction of where the tension is coming from. I'm going to apply this back onto this peg. And do the same with this. Now the hook's facing down. I'm taking it off the peg. I'm rotating it. And then I'm bringing it up and over this peg. Okay, and then I'm just going to push down. And I'm going to bring these 2 bands to this peg right here. So I'm going to go in with my hook facing down. Bring this off. As you can see, I rotated my hook, so now my hook is facing up. And while I'm holding this bracelet down, maybe pull down a little bit more. I'm holding it down, creating some tension so I can pull these bands. And I'm going to use this corner of this peg to get these bands up and over. So there you go. That is 4 ends right there. At this point you want to grab a C-clip and you want to clip all 4 of these bands. Just like that. Make sure you got all 4 and then you can pull it off. Okay? Then tug on it a little bit just to straighten it out. And you'll see that this bracelet is actually the same exact as this bracelet. But the great thing about this bracelet is it is 3 dimensions, meaning that's 1 side, that's 2 sides, and that's 3 sides. So right now in its natural state it's flat like this. You can actually take this bracelet and just pinch it sideways all the way down the line, and that will actually flatten it out so that you can wear it in this manner as well. Center. Okay. Then you clip the other end. And I do so by taking my hook. This was that first cap band. You want to grab 4 ends. So there's 2 and then there's 4. And you want to place this back onto the loom. Just like that. And clip it back to itself. Make sure it's rounded right. It is. and push down. Grab those 4 ends, pull it off. And there you have it. That is the completed 3D or triple dimension bracelet. If you really like this design, don't forget to like the video, give it a thumbs up, and also follow Eunice the Loomer on Instagram because this bracelet was made by her. This is Rob from Justin's Toys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Happy looming!